What's up, you guys? Sean Ross at Fightful.com here with a name you know. We heard from him just about 5 or 6 months ago, and man, have things changed for him. We've got EJ Nduka. How you doing, man?
Hey, Sean, thanks for having me, man. I'm doing good, blessed, and alive.
Man, we talked to you right after your WWE release, and I think it was pretty evident that you were not going to be a free agent long, and you were not a free agent very long. Within a couple of months, you ended up in MLW, and I spoke to Court Bauer, and he said, I can't believe he was available. I'm so happy we got him. Like, he was over the moon about landing you. Please tell me how that process was from the time we talked, which was just a week after your release,
Mhm.
to signing on the dotted line with MLW.
So it happened pretty fast. Of course, I'm at the gym, and then I get a message. I get a message from Joseph, and we start talking, and things started getting pretty serious. And then we linked with Court, and then we got on a conference call. And then we kind of let things simmer down a little bit, and then we talked again. And I was very interested; they were interested, and we made things happen.
And that was something that you stressed to me was very important. Like, you wanted to show people what you could do. You
Right,
wanted to erase any possibility of any negative connotation that
right.
came with your name. And I mean, I think that we're months deep into you being at MLW, and they still seem to be over the moon about you. You're going to be at War Chamber November 6th in Philadelphia.
That's right.
Whew, and in this chaotic type of match, it seems to be something that you thrive in. You popped up in that battle royal and eliminated, I think it was 274 people that you threw over the.
Absolutely.
It was a lot of people.
Give or take.
Please tell me what that first experience in the ring with MLW was like, because you made quite the impression.
That first experience was amazing. It was dope to say the least. It was actually my first TV match. And of course, it's a battle riot with 40 other people. And it was awesome. I love, like I said before, I love being thrown in the fire because I think diamonds are made with
Yeah.
pressure. And what better opportunity than a battle riot to be able to come in, show up and show out and show that the judge is as advertised.
So as you're preparing for that, like, you getting any advice from anybody, or like how are you? How, I mean, this is a different locker room than
Yeah,
than
yeah,
NXT.
sure.
Now, NXT has plenty of experienced people too. But I mean,
Absolutely.
at any given time, you've got like a Savio Vega or like a Tom Lawler or a Blue Meanie. Like, there are so many different types of levels of experience there. What was that like preparing for this?
It was awesome. So at first, I kind of sat back and observed, especially being the new guy in the locker room. I kind of listened. And then, like you said, Savio, Blumini, I listened to some of those guys, Davey Richards, Lawler, Hammer, Fatu, the leaders of the locker room. I kind of, listened up and started to put my input in spots that, I would work well in and show where I did well. And I asked others, what they did well and how, we can shine them up a little bit. And we made some magic.
It was really great. I thought it was a great highlight of you and what you could do and your strengths and all that. So when you find out they're putting that kind of confidence in you right after you've been signed, how
Mhm.
does that make you feel? Because I'm sure you had been through a roller coaster over the
Oh, yeah,
past few
of course.
months. And then you're in there and you're tossing out a third of the field. I mean, that's got to feel good about your decision to head where you headed.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And like I said, my decision to go to MLW was just how transparent, honest, and how everybody had always said good things about the organization, good things about Bauer. I'm good friends with Wale, chopped it up with
Oh
him. He
yeah.
said nothing but good stuff. And so when I got there, it was awesome. Like, just being able to get that opportunity to show exactly what I could do it's a blessing. Like it's hard when you're sitting on the sideline and just watching everybody else go, and that you can do the very same thing. But it's one thing to be able to get in there and actually execute. And so my job was I wanted to exceed people's expectation. I didn't want to just get the bare minimum. I didn't want them to be like, we thought that. I wanted to go over and beyond.
Have you had a chance to listen to Wale's new album?
No, not
Oh,
yet.
it's good.
I'm a new dad, so
Oh
I've
yeah.
just been doing daddy duties all day. When I listen to an album, I want to sit down and I want to marinate in it from
Yeah.
top to bottom in order, and I want to give Wale that respect. But 1,000% that album will be listened to.
What a great guy he is too. Just an
Yeah.
awesome dude. I've always liked him. Fire and Ice, my favorite
Oh,
track on there. I like Poke It Out because I grew up as I think A Tribe Called Quest is the first hip hop group I ever heard.
oh
So
wow.
so it's
Oh wow.
got the Q-tip sample in there. So I
Yeah.
love that. I encourage people to check that out. Not to turn this into a Wale plug, like he needs it. Like he
well,
needs it.
well, Wale. Funny thing is, Wale. I've been a huge fan of Wale ever since I was a kid. Wale is Nigerian. I'm Nigerian, and it wasn't always cool to be African out here,
Sure.
you know. So as a kid, you know, he was making fire music. He was where we wanted to be. He was a great role model. So being able to meet him and just chop it up with him and just talk to him, I was like, man, this is so dope.
Yeah, he's a wonderful dude. So happy to see him integrated into wrestling more and more with the NXT
Right.
theme and with Big E's theme as well. Just really awesome. So during that period of free agency, like when you like were you trying to navigate the indie waters? Like how long did it take after your release before you even got that call? Because I would imagine there was some interest in your services, but I
Yeah.
mean there's I'm sure there's some curiosity too because a lot of these people hadn't seen you work yet.
Right, right. So a lot of people were ready to sign me sight unseen. I MLW signed me sight
Yeah,
unseen. I was getting calls maybe the day after.
nice.
Everything during that time was such a blur because you know how it is, especially with such a huge pivotal moment like that in your mind, everything kind of starts to blur together. But I'm pretty sure it's within a day or two. And then, you know, I started talking to others in our industry and just kind of asking them what their experiences were at certain promotions. And yeah, that's where I was. And it's just been a blessing being at MLW. And like I said, being able to showcase your abilities on a platform like that, I mean, it doesn't get any better.
So we're heading into this War Chamber match,
That's
and
right.
not only do you have that match coming up, you have a huge, I think it's like a 12-man match
That's
coming up
right.
soon. So it's like you're involved in these all-out wars, and
That's
and
right.
and of course some of the people who I even mentioned in the battle royal, like Savio, Blue Meanie. Then you got like Warhorse popping up, all kinds of people. King Mo, a guy who I watched in MMA for a long time.
Yeah.
Like you're thrown into a lot of these situations where there's a lot of people involved. Now, from limited in-ring experience, does that like how is that for you to adjust to? Do you prefer that because you get more people to sort of pick their brain on? Is it something that you feel is second nature, or is it a bit of a learning experience?
It's second nature. Just with all these different great minds, different styles, different abilities, you learn a lot. Like I said, being thrown into the fire, especially in this industry, is a fight or flight. Like, and I'm a fighter. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, King Mo, he's a. Whew, I mean, the moment I met him, he's teaching me how to do a hold. Like,
Yes.
legitimately, 2 minutes into meeting my man Mo, we're in the ring working on like cool shoot holds that we could, do inside the ring. And so just being able to bounce ideas off these people and not being told no or not yet is awesome.
So when you see that or when you saw that roster, like was there anybody that you mix it up with, whether it be the Battle Riot or this match, which is airing soon, that you're like, I can't wait to get in there in a singles match with them? Like sometimes you
Ooh.
touch somebody and you feel the chemistry and you kind of it
Mhm.
works really well together.
Yeah. Um, I'm really a big fan of Davey Richards.
Oh gosh,
Uh,
yeah.
this guy's tremendous. I really love the way Mads Krugger works.
Okay.
Another big man that he's agile and he moves well on his feet. Obviously, would love to get in there with Hammer and Fatu. Those guys are the titans of the division right now, so that would be awesome. And I mean, the roster is so saturated with people that
It
I would
is.
love, like Lee Moriarty. Whoo, that's another
Gosh, he's
one.
good.
He dude's smooth like butter. So people like that would definitely love to get in the ring with them and also learn from them.
My God, I just watch Lee Moriarty work, and like I learned something every time. Like his
Yeah,
footwork is so good. He's got
he
such
knows
smooth footwork. He always knows where he is in the ring, and you can
exactly.
tell. Got great
He's always
awareness.
where you need him to be, and he's always where he needs to be.
So again, November 6th is
November 6th,
MLW War Chamber, and
working. Yeah.
we've seen the similar matches, War Games in the past. You were in NXT when a couple of those happened. Did you
Yeah.
happen to see any of like the putting together or production or anything of that in any capacity to learn from it, or is this you kind of going in blind?
Oh no, no question. When I was at NXT, like I said, I would show up early, and so on TV days, I'm there early, and I'm watching them going through the matches. I'm watching, different things that people wanted to work on. I'm listening to Hunter talk to them. I'm listening to all these people that are talking. I'm just in the melting pot and listening. I've also, for the past couple of weeks, been watching a bunch of elimination chamber matches,
Okay.
cage matches, all this stuff. And I'm just kind of, learning and just bringing it all in and just going to melt the judge with what I've been exposed to.
Is there anything specifically that you looked at from those? Because I mean, those NXT War Games matches, because they did change a little bit. Like
Right.
sometimes the structure would change, sometimes the match would change. The participants that you looked at, and maybe you put in your head, and you're like, that'd be a good spot. I think maybe I could do this. Were you like cooking up violent stuff to do to people?
So I wasn't necessarily looking for like spots. I was more looking towards the
Okay.
stories they told, and how they emulated what they were trying to portray and involved the people that were there. Because that's the biggest thing, is getting them to feel, getting them to want, getting them to invest themselves in these matches. And that's where I want to excel. I want to grab their attention. And it's the stories, how to make these people, not these people, the amazing fans, uh, be drawn into what you're trying to show them.
So now that you're out of the performance center, you're heading to MLW.
Mhm.
When do you devote time to training? Is it more like when you're at tapings and you're like, "Hey, can you come work with me like a King Mo or
Oh,
something like that?" Or is it
no, 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 no.
day
I
in?
train. I train pretty much every day. I'm with Devon right now. One
Oh,
of
that's
the
incredible.
biggest people that I looked up to when I was young, especially at ECW. And I mean, lo and behold, I'm wrestling in Philly at the old ECW arena every
Yeah.
day. And so, even before my first match, I chopped it up with Devon and talked to him, and he told me, he said, that Philly crowd is a tough crowd, but
Yeah.
once you win them over, they love you for life. And when I went in that Philly crowd, I mean, I got chills my first match, because backstage, there's 21 other people before me, and you're listening to the crowd, and I'm like, damn, are they gonna know who I am? Are they gonna make any noise? What is it gonna be like? And as soon as I stepped out there, I took a deep breath, and I heard the pop, and I got chills. And I was like, and it was that energy, because this was the first match back after COVID for MLW. So that energy, it was electrifying. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. So what you saw me do right there was authentic from my 10 toes down in the ground. I was just feeling it. And so, I talked to Devon about it, and he's been great, man. I've just learned so much from him. Like, everybody knows the PC is basically the Harvard of wrestling, but Devon's Academy is amazing. Like, I've learned the little stuff, the in between stuff, the character, the development, like how to tell the story, how to engage the audience. I've been learning how to call on the fly, and that's something that I've really, really been focusing on. And he's just been helping me with that. And he's not going to just blow smoke up your ass. I love him because he's as advertised as well, and he tells you when you're wrong and when you're right. And so after each match, I don't have thin skin, and I go up to him after the showcase, and I said, hey, is there anything I need to work on? Is there anything you would suggest? And he'll tell you what you need to work on, and also what you did well at. And I think one of the worst things to do is to parade this industry not being able to be coached or being able to get better, because you don't want to be stagnant, because the only thing that's constant in this world is change, and you've got to be able to adapt. So being at Devon School has been amazing. The people there are amazing. I'm training with other NXT guys that got released, other AEW guys, so it's been tremendous.
Well, guys, you can check it out November 6th, it is
That's
War
right.
Chamber, MLW. EJ, I always look forward to talking to you. Hopefully we do
Always.
again very soon.
And also check out the 12-man elimination match
Yes.
coming up next week on MLW Fusion. It'll be on YouTube, BN Sports, Fight TV. You guys make sure you check that out. And also check out the new merch.
Oh,
Your boy got the
nice.
Anti-Judge Club, you know. Okay. Okay. So we're out here. Get you some. The link is in my bio. You can follow me on Instagram at EJ underscore. Twitter is at EJ the Judge. And I appreciate every single one of you. And Philly, I love y'all. Thank you for all the energy. Philly, you guys are amazing. You guys are like my second home.
Until next time, guys, follow the man, support the man. We're out.